FBI Director Kash Patel lashes out on Capitol Hill, proving there's nothing that he's more passionate about than providing cover for a billionaire pedophile. This is just another day. There is a lot of emotional instability going on in our country right now, and people everywhere are looking for any type of consistency. So thank God Trump officials are being consistent in covering for their boss when it comes to his involvement with Jeffrey Epstein.
Did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's name is in the Attorney's files. It's a simple question.
Did you tell the Attorney General that the President's name is in the Epstein files?
Wow, I haven't seen someone play dumb like that since every time I've seen Eric speak. He's playing, right? I mean, no one can be that dumb, right? You know, it's very easy to get lost in the politics part of this. The idea that one member of an administration getting dragged up to Capitol Hill to get grilled by members of the opposing party is nothing new. It's like learning RFK went swimming in a different body of toxic water. Not too surprising anymore. We've seen congressmen grandstand, we've seen administration officials stonewall, but what is new is the topic at hand, which is how involved was the sitting president of the United States with a billionaire's sex trafficking ring? And when you look at it through that lens, it makes Kash Patel's response all the more damning, especially since, according to him, he is in direct control of Epstein's black book.
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's
black book?
Black book.
FBI.
But who? That is, I mean, there's...
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI.
Well, whenever Kash finds that guy, he's going to be in some deep shit. Now, thanks to the statements from Trump's own attorney general, as well as a fun post from the king of ketamine, we know that Trump's name is in the Epstein files. But how many times? Well, that's a mystery.
You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number is a total misleading factor.
It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times.
It's not. It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
Do you think it might be your job to know the number?
My job is to provide for the safety and security of this country.
Oof, you've heard the saying, methinks you doth protest too much. I hate to say it, but when it comes to lying to Congress, Kash has a bit of a Patel. You're welcome. But it's honestly stunning to watch a man who promised to rain hellfire on anyone involved with Epstein be so cagey with his answers. I mean, what about the birthday card signed by Trump that says, "May every day be a wonderful secret"?
You've seen the picture of the woman's body with the writing and the president's signature. The president says that's not his. Okay? President says it's not his. The Republican colleagues say it's not his. The administration say it's not his. Will you be opening up an investigation into the Epstein estate for putting out a fake document with the president's signature linking him to the world's largest pedophile ring? Will you be opening that investigation into that?
On what basis?
On what basis? They literally put out a fake document, according to the president, with a fake signature. It's a forgery of the president of the United States signature.
Exactly. Kash Patel can join Trump and the rest of his party in saying that card is a total work of fiction, but he doesn't have the balls to actually throw tons of federal dollars at an actual investigation.
Sure, I'll do it.
Okay, I look forward to that investigation.
Sure, I'll do it? That's the response from the literal FBI director at the prospect of a news outlet posting a purported fraudulent document linking the president of the United States to a notorious pedophile? One might think that if you're in a unique position, as, say, the director of the FBI might be, to investigate and prosecute criminals, the ones that totally forged that birthday card, that might be a good place to start. But of course, that would require Kash Patel believing his own bullshit, and lo, he does not believe his own bullshit, which is why it hits him like a ton of bricks that the natural next step of this story about a forgery is that it's his job to then investigate that lie. Apparently, when Kash is asked how far he's willing to take a lie, his response is, "Bitch, pack a snack, because this is going to be a long trip." And by the way, it wasn't just the director of the FBI who was trying to put this whole Epstein scandal to bed. Republicans in Congress sure as hell did their part too.
And I move that the committee subpoena U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent to produce or otherwise make available to the committee all suspicious activity reports in the possession of the Treasury Department, identifying the roughly $1.5 billion, $1.5 billion in suspicious transactions related to the sex trafficking crimes of Epstein, Maxwell, and their co-conspirators. And as we know, Mr. Patel said that the Treasury might have that information
on the table.
That is one of the most boring sound bites about one of the most insane things I have ever seen. If you're asleep right now, I get it, but you're going to want to wake up for this. Here, I'll help. And if you were trying to fall asleep, my apologies. Anyway, what you just watched was Republicans in Congress, the supposed party of transparency, blocking an effort by Congresswoman Mary Gay Scanlon to subpoena Scott Bessent and 4 banks that reportedly flagged $1.5 billion in suspicious financial transactions linked to Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking. In fact, JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon said his bank would comply with any subpoena to hand over Epstein-related records, to which Republicans apparently said, no need. They didn't debate it or request any adjustments to the request. They just shot the whole let's follow the money thing down without a reason, which means you could hand congressional Republicans a phone with a Venmo account that lists everyone Epstein was ever involved with, and they just take that phone and toss it in the Potomac. Why isn't Patel, as head of the FBI, being more transparent and releasing every piece of information at his fingertips, like the witness interviews?
Why aren't you releasing those with the redacted names of the victims?
We are releasing as much as legally allowed.
And I want to understand what the court order prevents you from releasing witness statements that the FBI took.
You should know that as a real prosecutor, when the court hand downs a protective order and a motion to seal, the material is sealed unless
So
that
your
judge
testimony
waives
here
it.
Whoa, that's not the calm demeanor that we're used to from an accomplished children's book author. Look, if I can offer up a little pep talk to the director of the FBI here for a moment, Cash, the idea that there are somehow insurmountable hurdles and roadblocks preventing you from getting to the bottom of who was involved in Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking ring, that doesn't sound like a member of the Trump administration to me. The words, we can't, and it's not legal, are not phrases in this administration's lexicon. Frankly, neither is we made a mistake or I think that's too much gold. But you can do this, Cash. Your boss has shown the American people that when the going gets tough, well, you don't even acknowledge that the going has gotten tough. You just claim,
we have the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Cash, this whole idea of adhering to political norms, following the rules, or even obeying the laws is not what you guys are about. When the laws say you can't deploy troops to American cities, you guys respond with, oh yeah, watch us. When the 14th Amendment states that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state wherein they reside, you guys said, that's what erasers are for.
We have to end it. We're the only country that has it.
Through an executive action?
You know, we're the only country that has it. Do you know, if somebody sets a foot, just a foot, 1 foot, you don't need to, on our land, congratulations, you are now a citizen of the United States of America. Yes, we're going to end that because it's ridiculous.
And when the Constitution prohibits the president from receiving plain-sized gifts from foreign entities, you guys said you would think long and hard about that while Trump shovels down another Big Mac at 30,000 feet. Cash, look in the mirror. You're better than this. I mean, you're not, but at least your excuses should be. We can't release the files because a judge told us we couldn't? Come on, man. Even if I were to make the most low-budget, Lifetime movie that I could about a director of the FBI engaging in a cover-up of the nation's biggest pedophile scandal involving the president's billionaire friend, and there was that line of dialogue, the actor playing you would be like, could we come up with something a little less on the nose? For years, Kash Patel profited off the idea that if he were ever in charge, he would uncover the truth about the Epstein files, and he would be the guy to name names and hold anyone involved accountable. So the only response we want from him when we ask, can you just do the thing you promised everyone for years that you would do, is...
Sure, I'll do it.
Okay.
But I won't hold my breath. Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on the screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.